or thunderstorm late in the day. Tonight, a 30% chance of a shower or thunderstorm overnight, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 66. Sunday's weather, partly sunny, high of 83 degrees. Sunday night, clouds gather, 30% chance of showers. Monday, showers are likely, thunderstorms possible, mostly cloudy, 77. Monday night, 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms continuing. Leftover showers and thunderstorms on Tuesday morning, but then becoming partly sunny with a high of 75 degrees. Wednesday, partly sunny and a high of 78. Thursday, mostly sunny and hot, high of 91. And on Friday, partly sunny, 87. Currently outside our Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio here on Park Avenue in Woonsocket, it's 83 degrees. This is the one and only ON Radio. We're local and live at 99.5 FM, ON AM and FM.
Good morning, happy 4th, and welcome to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin, Rhode Island's only local sports talk show on Saturday mornings. I'm Kevin Callahan, and as always, joined by my good friend and co-host, Pat Holland. Patrick, good morning. Happy 4th of July. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. Let's put up the split screen here, Pat. We did not talk to each other this morning, but we got the uniform on.
We did.
We did.
We're matching today.
And that's really the key. You know, it's big firework night for you last night.
Well, yeah, there were people. Actually, I think it was Oakland Beach.
Oakland Beach and Warwick.
Set them off. So
okay,
my dogs were.
Oh, they must have been so happy. Saw some on my way home last night from Attleboro, so I'm not a big firework guy as much anymore. Kids are older. So, all right. So it's 4th of July. Quick programming note before we get started. Right after our show, coming up at 10 o'clock, we'll have Old Time Radio beginning at 10, followed by coverage of the 100th Arnold Mills Parade for Cumberland, Rhode Island on ON. So one of Rhode Island's longest running 4th of July parades just behind Bristol. About 75 years behind Bristol, I think. More than that. But it's one of the longest ones in Rhode Island. So it's a good one. And I guess double the capacity this year. They got so many floats and Jeeps and cars. And
I'm like, they're
doubling the amount of stuff. There we go, participants that you see. So, all right. So, it's been what a week around here. Everybody's been making news around here. But let's get right into it. Really quick, one more programming note. Brendan McGear will be calling in our last segment, giving us updates on the Arnold Mills road race that's happening at 9 o'clock. Actually, it's kicking off right now, 4-mile road race. So Brendan will be calling in our last segment to give us updates. Actually, not updates, probably results of who won. And maybe we'll get his take on some news that's been happening around town. So
I was not able to participate because of the show this morning. So,
yeah.
Good luck to all the runners.
Good luck to all the runners, and that's why I'm not running in the show, in the race either. Got to be here for the show. Okay, so you have a thought, give us a call, 401-766-1240. But as always, let's go around Rhode Island and New England and get you caught up. Upper Deck Baseball, post 14, 11-3 now overall. They did lose the Firecracker tournament in Maine last weekend to Maine, 11-10. They lost to them early in the tournament, 1-0, and both teams decided to hit in the championship game, 11-10. Upper Deck returned to league action this past week with a doubleheader sweep Tuesday, 10-2 and 12-1 over Post 20, and another win Thursday night over R&R Construction, 7-3, behind the home run triple and 3 RBI performance of Josh Lyon. Upper Deck has 10 games left this season before playoffs, including a doubleheader at R&R Construction on Tuesday and another doubleheader Thursday at Post 39.
And after being off since June 13th, RIFC gets back into action tonight at Centerville Bank, hosting Orange County FC at 7:30, followed by fireworks after the game. RFC currently sits 9th in the USL with a 4-4-3 record. Can't make tonight's game. RFC will be home the next 2 Saturdays. Games both beginning at 7:30. And the New England Revolution continue their World Cup break. They will not return to action until July 22nd.
All right. Thank you. Just had to do a little house cleaning there. All right. Over in the NECBL, the Newport Gulls, 8-2 in their last 10 games, currently sit in third place, 1.5 games out of first, with a 14-9-1 record. The Gulls have home games this week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at Cardines, with games beginning at 6:35. Meanwhile, the Ocean State Waves are in last place with an 8-16 record that puts them 6.5 games out of first. However, they did score a 4-3 victory over the Gulls last night at Cardines. The Waves with another busy week coming up with 5 games played at home on Tuesday, and they're at Cardines again on Friday. Start times for those games are 6:35.
And up in Worcester, the second half of the Woo Sox season is underway. They've won 3 straight in Syracuse before dropping an 8-7 decision last night. The Woo Sox have 2 more games this weekend before returning home Tuesday to take on Rochester with a 6:45 start time midweek. After seeing his average drop to .211, Christian Campbell went 3 for 4 last night with 2 doubles, a run scored, and an RBI. He stole a base, and he did not strike out, which is good.
That's huge news.
And Brian Bello, in his 4 starts, he has not recorded a decision. He's pitched 18 and 2/3 of an innings, 22 hits, 9 earned runs, 22 strikeouts, and 4 walks. And he has an ERA of 4.34. And down in Portland, Franklin Arias continues to light it up, lifting his average to .333 with 17 home runs, 44 RBIs. He was just named to the All-Star team for the AA league, and I can imagine he's not going to be far off from being brought up to Worcester in the coming weeks.
We, when we talked to Bill Wanless a couple weeks ago, he thought maybe around the All-Star break is traditionally when the Red Sox kind of make moves in the organization. All-Star break, I believe, is July 14th in Major League Baseball. So maybe not for this coming homestand for the Woo Sox, but maybe the week after that you'll see Franklin Arias up there. And actually, could you just repeat the RIFC stuff again? Because I had your microphone a little bit low, and want to make sure that people can read that.
Certainly. After being off since June 13th, Rhode Island FC gets back into action tonight at Centreville Bank, hosting Orange County FC with a 7:30 start. That will be followed by fireworks after the game. RIFC currently sits in 9th place in the USL with a 4-4-3 record, and if you can't make tonight's game, RIFC will be home the next 2 Saturday nights with games beginning at 7:30. And the New England Revolution continue their World Cup break. They will not return to action until July 22nd.
All right, thanks. Appreciate that.
Anytime. Much better the second read.
Yeah, it was. That's that's how you know we're live, right? So, all right, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, there's so much to get into. We also want to hear from you at 401-766-1240. We'll probably start off with the stunning trade by the Celtics. Stunning, more not on who they traded, but where he went to and what, if anything, did the Celtics get back. Bruins were also making news the same day. Team USA, old school setting the other night when I went to go watch Team USA out and about, and every TV in the place was tuned to that game, and it was rocking and rolling. And the Red Sox back in the win column last night as well. All that plus Brendan McGeer near the end of the show. And again, give us a call, 401-766-1240 here on ON Radio 99.5 FM, 1240 AM, and WoodSocketRadio.com.
Your certified Buick GMC dealer serving drivers throughout Woonsocket and the surrounding areas is Tasca Buick GMC. At Tasca, you'll find a solid selection of new Buick GMC models, as well as a carefully inspected lineup of pre-owned vehicles. They also have a well-connected finance center run by a qualified team of finance experts who can help you get the right loan or lease in a quick, easy, and transparent manner. Tasca Buick GMC, 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Visit TascaBuickGMC.com. Tasca Buick GMC. You will be satisfied.
At North Smithfield Urgent Care and Lincoln Urgent Care, you'll always be seen by a board-certified physician who'll diagnose your minor illness or injury. Their services include treatment for flu, fractures, rashes, ITU infections, and work-related injuries, plus physicals, vaccinations, and drug screening. North Smithfield Urgent Care, Great Road, North Smithfield, and Lincoln Urgent Care, Wake Robin Road, Lincoln. X-ray and lab on premises.
Michaud's Auto Body is a name you've heard for a long time, and over the years, they've kept up with the very latest technology, including water-based paints used by manufacturers and a full review of the vehicle to be sure that all the technology is performing properly. Michaud's assists with all the details, calling the claims office, scheduling appraisals, arranging rentals, and before you leave, detail your vehicle. All work is 100% guaranteed while you own your car. Michaud's Auto Body, 430 Privilege Street, Woonsocket. Visit MichaudAutobody.com. If you want your yard to be the envy of the neighborhood, then you need to contact Rosato & Sons of Westboro. They've been turning outdoor visions into reality across Massachusetts for more than 37 years. From custom patios, walkways, and outdoor kitchens to low-maintenance water features and landscape lighting. Looking for routine lawn maintenance, irrigation, or seasonal color? Rosato & Sons has you covered. They are a full-service landscaping firm doing it all in-house for unmatched quality and reliability. When you're ready to elevate your outdoor living, visit rosatoandsons.com to request your free estimate. Rosato & Sons of Westboro, where beautiful landscapes aren't an expense, they're an investment.
And welcome back to the Chief Seats with Pat and Kevin here on ON Radio. I'm Kevin Callahan, joined by Pat Holland. Happy 4th of July, everybody, once again. This is old school with the 100-degree heat, July 4th. I mean, it is brutal, but it is a little bit of old school around here. All right. Well, the Bruins were making noise the other day, and they were swinging a couple little trades and signings, and then boom.
Yeah.
The phone started blowing up. Jaylen Brown. We had talked about it last week. I mean, not just last week, last couple of months. Is Jaylen Brown gone? If so, for who? Obviously, the Giannis trade didn't work out. So I think you and I, Pat, last week thought maybe he'd end up staying because we weren't sure who they could trade for him. Like, it didn't feel like they should just trade for draft picks. And ultimately, they trade him to the Sixers for 36-year-old Paul George and a whole bevy of draft picks, right? And, all right, Pat, right off the bat, I know a lot of people have been talking about it since then. Your thoughts on the trade right off the bat?
Yeah, I mean, I think the more and more we discussed it even last week, and then the more things settled in, I think it was very clear that they had no choice but to move on from him.
Yeah.
I don't think keeping him would have done any good in terms of the fact that they were looking to get Giannis, right, and that's where that whole discussion was, and then to see what they ended up getting back, and now there's a couple of days that have gone by, and you've heard a lot of the talking heads talk about it, that several GMs have come out saying
yes,
the Celtics were looking for first. They weren't going to give that up.
Right.
Jaylen Brown isn't as highly touted as much as
we thought he was,
or at least we hold him to. So,
all right, let's go to the phone lines right now. Joining us in the cheap seats. Hello, how are you today?
Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning, Marty. How are things down at the Arnold Mills road race?
Fantastic. We're about 8 minutes in. The leaders went by us about a minute and a half ago. We're doing some flagging duty out on Nate Whipple Highway. Happy 4th of July to you and everybody listening, first and foremost.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Davis here with the ON Street Team setting up for the parade. He's about 30 yards to my left of where we're marshaling this race.
All right.
Close to well over 800 runners.
Wow.
In this race. Good turnout on a warm day.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been 802, Marty, but Pat and I had to do a show this morning.
Yeah, contractual obligations, right?
Exactly. Next year. So that's great. 800 runners. And Brendan's going to be calling us in at the end of the show to let us know who some of the winners were as well.
Yeah, I'd like to. So. Yeah, I talked to Brendan earlier. He's here. He's covering it, and... yeah, great turnout. It's a great tradition here in Cumberland, the parade to follow. But actually, it might even be more than 800. I think yesterday they were close to 8, and they have a lot of walk-in registrations. But 4-mile race, Ben Drezick is not running this year. So there was a lead pack of about 6 guys who went through. I didn't recognize any of them, but irregardless, it's a great day for a run.
Yeah, no, and are you in the shade there, Marty?
No, I'm standing in the middle of Naperville Highway. I'm out in the sun.
All right,
shade is pretty close.
Yeah. All right. So, the big happenings there, and and really quick, did you have a thought on the Jaylen Brown trade?
I don't know. I don't like it. I think that
I don't think
once they started shopping him, though,
Yeah.
I think they kind of really had no choice.
Yep.
He proved that he could carry a team on his back the way he played last year, and he kind of has the ability to drive to the basket. He's not a pull-up shooter. He can if he has to, but he has more of a north and south game as well, which I think the Celtics are missing from time to time instead of just hucking up threes.
Yeah,
but that's my opinion.
No, I think a lot of people agree with that opinion. I don't think there are too many people that are completely in favor of this trade. As a matter of fact, I haven't heard from anybody that's in favor of this trade, and even Jaylen Brown was a little confused by the direction that they all went in as well.
I don't trust anything Jaylen Brown says.
Yeah, that's what he said publicly. So,
the other part of it too is, now that they take these 2 first-round draft picks and flip them at some point, is there a bigger plan in place for Brad Stevens? Because you know what, he's kind of been batting 1,000 from the jump.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's almost been like Red Auerbach-ish in all the moves he's made to this point, and so time will tell.
Exactly. So, all right, Marty. Well, thank you so much for calling in. Enjoy the race. Are you staying for the whole parade as well?
No, I'm here for the race only, and then into some shade somewhere where it's cooler.
Excellent. All right. Have a
good day, guys.
You too. Thank you very much.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. Marty Crowley joining us as the flagger for the Arnold Mills Parade, standing out in the middle of Nate Whipple Highway with the flag for the runners. It's fortunately it should be done in about probably about 9:45, 9:50, so then Marty can go find some shade. But I think Marty speaks for a lot of people on the Jaylen Brown situation. I haven't heard anybody in favor of it. You've got general managers across the league, like you mentioned right before we took his call, that are surprised that the Celtics swung this trade. And I think the part that really is upsetting, to me, is
the general managers aren't surprised. They're not surprised about the return either.
Okay,
and they think that he's overvalued. And again, this goes into the analytical side of it, where he is the 11th best player on the Celtics.
Really?
Yes.
The 11th? Oh, Jaylen Brown's the 11th?
Yes. Overall.
How did they come up with that? I mean, this is where the analytics.
They have all these analytics.
I know, but the eyeball test tells you, as Marty said, put the team on his back. He carried them basically alone to 56 wins last year. Yeah, they got eliminated in the first round.
Well, I don't think he on his own.
Well, he was a leader. He was an MVP candidate,
right?
Until the end. I mean,
until he was forced to again play with Jason Tatum. So I think anybody could be an MVP leader if they're the only scoring option. And there's a lot of stuff out there that he kind of went off script whenever he wanted to. He, even the press conference when Tatum missed Game 7, he says they found out 15 minutes before the game, yet 7 hours before the game is really, truly when the team was told. So it's like, it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I think he's too, everyone's saying he has to be the smartest guy in the room, in every room.
Okay.
I don't know if I go that far, but he definitely has an arrogant side to him.
So you think behind the scenes there was a lot more going on than what came out publicly with everybody that covers the team and everything. There's a lot more going on than what you and I know, what we all know.
He wasn't highly touted. I mean, not that he wasn't. He did get drafted in the first round.
Right.
But he wasn't highly touted coming out of college.
Right.
He wasn't even in the conversation for Team USA. Remember?
Right. Oh, yeah. That was supposed to...
So these are all, like, red flags to me. Like, it's just one thing after another, after another, after another. Can't get shoe deal. He doesn't have a major shoe deal with a major company.
Right.
I mean, this is all off the court stuff.
Yeah.
But,
All right, so let's trading him to Philadelphia, the team that knocked you out of the playoffs. So not only did they trade him in conference, they trade him in division And that and you're already behind the Knicks. Are you now behind
No.
the Sixers?
Because Embiid's not going to play. The guy plays like 15 games a year.
Assuming he's healthy, which I know you can't assume because
No.
he never is. But Maxey, I mean, you got three. If all three are healthy, Philadelphia is as good as anybody else.
Is he going to share the ball with Maxey? He doesn't want to share the ball with Tatum.
All right.
They have their own set of issues, and then there's rumors that they're trying to get LeBron to come there. It was not the first time they've tried back in the day when they had. I think it was before they made a GM transition. Now they've just made an additional GM transition, but I don't think he'll end up there. But
rumors of Golden State for LeBron.
Golden State or Miami.
Miami. It's even Cleveland again has been floated around.
So, I don't think the Celtics are any better.
No.
I don't think they're significantly worse either.
I do think they're significantly worse because I don't think I'm not a big Paul George guy. If this was 10 years ago, I'd be a big Paul
but
Paul
I
George
also
guy.
don't think Brown is anywhere near what he needs to be when Tatum's on the floor. When Tatum's on the floor, Brown averages 21.
Yeah, about that. Over 20. He was, 26 without him this year, right? 28, something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Do you think, because I don't, do you think Jason Tatum is capable of carrying this team? I don't.
I think he is, and I think he has.
I'm not as high
He
on
carried
Tatum
the
as
team the
everybody
year
else.
they won it all.
But Brown got Finals MVP.
Yeah, but in the finals only.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not sold on Tatum being the guy. I don't think he's Mr. Clutch. I've had arguments with my kids about it.
You can't have a 1A and a 1B. It doesn't work in the NBA.
And this is the part I don't get. When did that change? How did that change with Jordan, who did have Pippen? Did it change in the 80s? Because you had Bird, McHale, Parrish, the big three.
Jordan was 1. Pippen was like 2B.
No, right, but he was
But
legit.
Pippen didn't demand the ball.
No, he did not.
Pippen understood that Jordan was the guy.
But they didn't get along all that well, Pippen and Jordan. But they made it work.
They made it work,
and they won
what
championships.
Was Pippen to do?
This is the
and
part.
it also goes back to the coaching that they had. They had a system in place,
right?
And it was everything went through Jordan.
So you're saying that Brown can't handle that. So all right, let's go to the phone lines and welcome. You are in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin.
Happy 4th there, Kevin. Happy 4th, Pat.
Hey, Moose.
Hey, Moose.
How's it going? Happy 4th.
Same to you. While you were just talking about that trade
Yes.
and the NBA, I have mentioned before, I'm not crazy about the NBA, but let's see if we can surmise this for a second or so. You would think that the Brown and Tatum tandem, even that they had for the last 15, 20 games of last season, would be a 1-2 punch that couldn't be beat. Nobody else could. But it didn't meld because the Celtics did not change their style of play.
Right.
And that's what murdered them down the stretch and certainly into the playoffs.
So that's on Missoula then for not changing.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, absolutely. Now, what they're looking at now, you can describe anything you want about Brown got let go for nothing. It was a dumb trade. It was stunning. They just wanted to dump him. I can't believe it. Adjectives after adjectives. Perhaps and they didn't get anything. You said, Paul George, he's 30, how old is he, 36, 37? So I don't know if they're aiming to change their style of players. There's something that we're missing here. Maybe Missoula's finally dawned on him and said, hey, let's play out, let's go to the basket more. And let's see if George can fit in there. And that other guy that who's the other guy in this trade?
Richardson.
Mitchell Robinson from the Knicks. They signed as a free agent.
Free agent. Big boy, was he a strong forward? Is he
He's a center.
Yeah.
Center. Aha.
Who shoots about 25% from the foul line.
Yeah, he's not a great shooter.
Not a great shooter, but he'll give you inside play.
Yeah, he's a big body.
That's it. So perhaps that's what Missoula's looking at in the rest of the Celtics organization, because the whole United States is stunned by this. They got nothing.
I mean, Robinson is a 7-footer, and I guess he's got a 7'4", 7'5" wingspan. So,
and if you want to look at it too, perhaps Brown is a problem child.
Yep.
You get a lot of trouble with everybody, and maybe they had it with him, or maybe they're being penny wise and pound foolish. Let's put up with him because we need his scoring and all of that. But maybe enough is enough. Let's go. They just want to dump him. But
if you're gonna dump him, go dump him in the other conference. Like that. Nobody.
That's the
this
issue.
is the part
Nobody.
And this is the part.
Multiple sources have said, GMs all over the league have said, we're not interested in him.
For what the Celtics were asking, or we're not interested in him.
Period. Now that could be several reasons why we're not interested. Because he's a problem. He's a problem with the media and on the court and with the refs and all of that. Perhaps there's something behind the scenes here that we don't see.
Oh, I'm sure there's stuff behind the scenes. Pat and I were talking about that right before we took your call. Obviously, there's stuff behind the scenes with everybody, every team, stuff that doesn't make it out into the papers and things like that. And he does do a lot of tweeting or things like that. That he puts stuff out there.
He gets involved too much with the outside of the court, and his little tantrums on the court as well. So enough of that. What they got, I don't know. Sox, huh?
Yeah. I don't like how they dropped 2 out of 3 to the Nationals. Nice win last night against a bad Angels team.
Which they can hit.
They can pitch well.
They can hit too. They can hit.
Their top 3 guys in the lineup all have 20-plus home runs.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, I want to chime in on that. Other things, tennis. I sent you an email about Serena Williams.
Yeah, you did, and I had no problem with her playing. I mean, Martina played when she was 47. It was fine for ratings, and then whoever she lost to, that Australian, who's 19 or 20 years old, good for her.
Serena Williams, another person who's incredible tantrums and tactics on the court were overlooked. She was an incredible brat. I'll never forget the time where she did not get reprehended for it, where she was playing in the tournament, and at that particular time they had chair umpires on the side of the court.
Yep.
Right, and there was a call against her, and she went up to the umpire and says, "How would you like it if I were to take this ball and shove it down your throat?" And it was loud as anybody could hear. What is that?
McEnroe was like that too.
Yeah, John McEnroe used to do that in the 80s.
Yeah.
So,
anyways, with tennis, I've enjoyed Wimbledon. I like tennis.
I don't know. I chalk it up to this. It's like the guys who win the Masters, right? They get an automatic exemption every year. They can play in the Masters until the first shovel of dirt hits their face.
Automatic. Yeah.
She wins Wimbledon.
I still can't get into soccer. I tried a little better, but I just can't.
Keep trying. All right,
all right, guys. All right. Thanks so much. Have a great. Hey, stay cool.
Stay cool and have a happy 4th, Moose. Thanks for calling.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. The Mighty Moose joining us here on ON Radio, and take a break.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll take a break here on ON Radio, and when we come back, we'll finish up some Celtics thoughts, some Bruins thoughts, Sox, and as Moose mentioned, the World Cup. The Sweet 16 is set. So give us a call as well, 401-766-1240, and you can join us in the cheap seats here on 99.5 FM, 1240 AM, and WoodSoccerRadio.com.
Your certified Buick GMC dealer serving drivers throughout Woonsocket and the surrounding areas is Tasca Buick GMC. At Tasca, you'll find a solid selection of new Buick GMC models, as well as a carefully inspected lineup of pre-owned vehicles. They also have a well-connected finance center run by a qualified team of finance experts who can help you get the right loan or lease in a quick, easy, and transparent manner. Tasca Buick GMC, 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Visit TascaBuickGMC.com. Tasca Buick GMC. You will be satisfied.
If your garage door needs replacing because of wear, performance, or appearance, think of Woonsocket Door Sales, your complete overhead door facility for installation and maintenance, including framework repair and security. Woonsocket Door Sales features important information about security on their website. For attached garages, be safe with a good deadbolt lock or door monitor. And remember, detached garages often contain valuable tools and recreation equipment. Woonsocket Door Sales since 1935. 1 Biltmore Avenue, Cumberland. 767-3448.
The world-class distributor of all things electrical is Electrical Wholesalers. They are a full-service electrical distributor with branches throughout Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire. Locally, they're at 113 Clinton Street next to KFC here in Woonsocket, with other locations in Cranston and Franklin, Massachusetts. Electrical Wholesalers provides the highest quality service to electrical contractors as well as residential, commercial, and industrial customers. Electrical Wholesalers is open Monday through Friday, 7 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. Visit ew-ne.com. Electrical Wholesalers.
Blackstone Valley's ON Radio.
And welcome back to the Chief Seats with Pat and Kevin. Was that you singing on that?
It was.
It was. You were in a fine voice. Finish up with the Celtics. Brad Stevens. I think then if he was he forced into this trade? Was Jaylen Brown forcing it? The timing is weird? Is he able to flip the trade? What's the rumor that you're hearing now, Pat?
Yeah, the rumor has been they've been kicking the tires on making an additional trade to try to pick up Trey Murphy from the Pelicans. Maybe this was hey, we got to pick up some additional assets in the form of draft picks.
Right. They did get 4 draft picks, right? In the Paul George trade.
Yeah,
was
2 first, 2 second. I think the first next year is it's like the higher of the, so it's like a pick. I don't know. It has something to do with the Clippers too.
Okay.
So it's depending on where each team finishes, they get the higher of the 2 picks.
Gotcha. I know it goes out to 2031 or 2032.
Like I said, I don't think they're done with this. And you can't believe everything you hear out there.
Of course.
Oh, they didn't get Giannis because they didn't want to throw in Hugo Gonzalez, right, or Shireman. Or it's like, I don't know if that's legitimate.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're high on those guys, but
Gonzalez, I know they're super high on. The kid's 19.
Right.
As far as I understand, he's tearing it up right now.
In the summer league?
No, he's playing back in his own.
Oh, he's back in Spain?
Yeah,
Spain.
I just saw a clip that they had. Missoula's actually over there.
Oh, no kidding.
Watching him play, and they showed him hit like. I'm sure Missoula loves it because he hit like 7 threes. But anyway, I think it's still. I don't think the team that they have now will be the team that steps foot on the court.
Well, the other interesting thing too is, unless I missed it, and I've been busy this week, I've been in and out, I don't think the Celtics called any sort of press conference on this.
Monday's
going to be a press conference.
Monday they've announced it, so more will come out then.
Yeah, of course. But Tatum did release something on his Instagram story where he said, good luck, you've been a brother, blah 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 blah. But I just, they're a worse team today than they were last week when we spoke about this. So it's I'm not a big Paul George guy. He hasn't played more than 60 games in 6 of the last 7 seasons either.
Hey, listen, I like Jaylen Brown, and I think he's a top quality player.
Yeah,
but he's not like a killer.
Well.
Not like a true killer. I mean, he can't put teams away.
Right.
In the crunch, he's not like a crunch time player. He turns the ball over a ton. Offensive fouls left and right.
Yeah.
Can he shoot? Mid-range jumper, sure. Threes, he's decent. But for a guy who is a slash power guy, he lacks that. With consistency.
One of the things
one
of the things I'm worried about, and again it goes back to obviously they couldn't coexist on the court. But one of the things I'm worried about is now again they're not as good a team as they were a week ago, and Jason Tatum's in his prime coming off the injury. Without another deal, Celtics, in my opinion, aren't title contenders. Are you starting to waste years of Tatum's prime? Whereas when you had Brown and Tatum together, for better or for worse, you had a dynamic duo potentially on the court.
So the NBA, in my opinion, the new collective bargaining agreement that's been in place, I think, for the last 8 years, which makes sense because there's been 8 different champions.
Yep.
It doesn't allow you to build these mega teams anymore.
Right. It's there's no dynasties like the Celtics, Lakers, even the Pistons,
Did
Bulls.
you think the Knicks were a title contending team last year?
No,
at
of course
any
not.
point? No, not until the playoffs.
Right.
So I don't think you have to be I think the Celtics' odds of winning the championship next year are still higher than the Knicks.
And even though the Knicks just won it, so
and I think they're still higher than the Sixers didn't automatically become a title contender because they got Jaylen Brown.
No,
at least by the odds makers.
So it's
usually right,
and they are usually. And now Brad Stevens, who Moose actually alluded to this as well, up until the other day, pretty much had done no wrong. So that's why you gotta wonder if something else is in the works. But he's not going to come out and say that at the Monday press conference either. He's going to spin this like Paul George is the guy.
Definitely another shoe to fall.
Right. So all right. So
we'll see.
We'll see what that is. Okay. So also making news on all went down on Wednesday. The Bruins did something that we've been calling for a couple of weeks now. Well, actually a couple of months of trading Korpisalo. Found a team. Willing to pick up his that's in my head. Willing to pick up his $3.5 million salary. Traded him to the Rangers for a defenseman, Bergen. And the good news is Player of the Year, Michael DiPietro, the goalie, who's been Providence Bruins Player of the Year, I believe, the last 2 years, is finally going to get the shot. They've pretty much come out and said that DiPietro is going to be the backup to Swayman. And with the way Swayman plays for DiPietro, he's going to get 30, 35 games for sure.
Yep. So they traded him to the Rangers, not for Bergen. Bergen, they
just signed him?
It was a separate trade.
Oh, that was a separate trade. You're right.
Yeah, so they traded him to the Rangers for Kalle Väisänen and the 2028 fourth-round pick.
Okay.
But
it frees up that $3.5 million that we talked about. The Bruins had $11.5 million dedicated to the goalie position. The reason why they got rid of Ullmark a couple of years ago, they would have had 16 plus million dedicated to the goalie position. Last year they had 11.5. Now you got DiPietro's contract, which is about $1 million, is my guess. You got Swayman's contract at 8, so now you get about $9 million dedicated to the goalie position. So
right.
So now that frees up. They also re-signed Connor Clifton as well. So they're making some pretty good moves. We talked about the Peterka trade last week. I really like that trade, especially the more I think about. He's young. He's under contract for 4 more years. I think it was at about $7.5 million a year. So I like the steps that the Bruins are taking. I think DiPietro can give you what Korpisalo gave you the last couple of years. Korpisalo's save percentage was .894 in his 2 years with the Bruins. DiPietro's has been like .920 in Providence the last couple of years. So it's and he did have a brief call up. I think he played 2 periods of the game, and I actually made some nice saves for Boston in those 2 periods. So it's I think the time is right, especially when DiPietro's backup last year in Providence goes and wins a cup this year with the Carolina Panthers and Brandon Bussey.
That was because they couldn't do anything with him. They had to put him on waivers,
right?
And Carolina sweeped him up before they could assign him to Providence. So, we've had the conversation about overpaying a goalie, and I mean, you see Carolina ends up winning with a Bussey. In that. And then I mentioned to you briefly earlier what the Philadelphia Flyers just did.
You tell them that.
So Philly, it's
to Anaheim, right? Philly and Anaheim.
Yeah. I'm blanking on the name again, though. Leo Carlson. So he's a restricted free agent from Anaheim. Philly offered him 5 years, $90 million, which is an annual 18 million a year.
It's insane.
But because he's restricted, now Anaheim has 7 days to match that offer, or they lose him.
Right.
They will get 4 first-round draft picks back, but it basically, if they were to sign him, they wouldn't be able to sign probably Carter Gauthier, who was originally drafted by Philadelphia.
Right.
Told them he would never play a game for them.
Love him players.
So they traded him to Anaheim. So now his rookie deal is probably up, and they won't be able to sign both guys.
Right.
Or Cutter Gauthier would have to take a tremendous discount,
which
he's not going to.
He's not going to do that.
So it was interesting. I think it's the Flyers playing a little chess right now. Say, hey, your move.
Yeah.
But it might be checkmate. So
that's
interesting.
Will that be the richest contract in NHL history? Because I really don't know anybody that's making that much money. It's we do have time. Good. I want to go to this as well, and just how the lines look right now for the Bruins as well. But you just looked it up. Is this the richest?
He would be the highest paid player in the NHL on an average annual. Yeah.
That's
5
crazy.
years, $90 million is it's 18 million. It's not 18 million every year, but over the course of it is structured a little weird. But 17 million. Kaprizov is currently the highest paid up in Minnesota.
Okay.
So they said the Ducks have 7 days to decide whether to match the offer. If they don't, they will receive the Flyers' first round picks in each of the next 4 drafts. Carlson's he's 21. He was his second overall pick in 2023. He had 67 points in 70 regular season games and 11 points in 12 playoff games.
Wow, that's incredible. So it's the right now on the Bruins, the projected lines. I think this came out of the Globe or Mass Live. Geeky, Minton, and Pasternak on the first line. Hagens, they got Hagens up on the second line for next year with Zaka and Peterka. So that's a good second line, I think. Middlestat, Lindholm, and Kustadinov on the third line. Fourth line of Jeannot, Corrali, and Kostelic with Ivan, Poitras, Yzerman, and Steves are like the odd men maybe looking out. And if that's the case with Poitras, I mean that he could be the Christian Campbell of this team. It's back in Providence. He started off in Boston and then back to Providence. So they're in their defensive pairings: Lindholm and McAvoy, Zadorov and Borgen, Lowry, which I'm still not a big fan of, but Lowry and Clifton with 4 or 5 guys. Extras on the outside, looking in with Swayman and DiPietro. It's starting to come together. I'm liking those lines.
There are rumors out there that there was discussions about a trade with Edmonton for Darnell Nurse.
I hadn't heard that.
But it would have moved Zadorov.
Okay, I heard Zadorov might be being shot, but I hadn't heard for who. So
which I think would be interesting.
So, all right, so let's take our last break.
Yes.
We're going to try and get Brendan McGeer on the line as well, see what's going on in the Arnold Mills Road race as people are finishing up their 4-mile race. So here on ON Radio, we'll be right back on 1240 AM, 99.5 FM, and OneSocketRadio.com.
They can diagnose and repair just about anything at State Line Service. From tires and alignments and front-end work on all makes of cars and trucks up to 1 ton to smaller items like brakes, starters, struts, exhausts, radiators, timing belts, and high-speed balance. State Line Service is a third-generation family-owned business, up to date with the latest technology. They believe in clear, honest communication with their clients. No double talk, no pressure. State Line Service, 1209 Social Street, Woonsocket, at the State Line. State Line Service.
Bringing over 3 decades of experience to every home improvement project, Moran Corporation, formerly A.J. Moran, combined traditional craftsmanship with modern techniques to deliver results that stand the test of time. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 to 5, Moran Corporation has seasoned firewood for just $165 for half a cord and $300 for a full cord of wood. And what better place to put that firewood than a new fireplace made out of veneer stone with granite mantles. Contact Jack Moran at 781-267-8920 for information about these fireplaces, firewood, and other home improvement ideas, or visit their new website at morancorporation.com. As always, Moran Corporation continues transforming your property with expert hardscaping.
If you're celebrating a major event, regardless of the reason, Michael's Meats of Cumberland can elevate your next meal from ordinary to extraordinary with meats so good your guests will ask you where you got them. Tell them Michael's Meats. Michael's Meats is in the Walgreens parking lot on Menden Road in Cumberland, just north of the Ciabro Plaza. They're open Monday through Saturday at 9 a.m., making your next meal truly special. Here's this week's specials at Michael's Meats.
And Michael's has center cut pork chops for just $2.99 a pound. Michael's is also open today, July 4th, from 8:30 to 1:30. They are closed tomorrow, so get over to Michael's Meats on Menden Road in Cumberland, 2130 Menden Road. All right, so welcome back to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin, and we're going to go to the phone lines. And Brendan, are you there?
Yes, this is me, guys. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th. Blackstone Valley, Calling Times, sports writer. Brendan McGear, you are down at the Arnold Mills 4th of July annual road race. How's it going down there, Brendan?
Well, it's very crowded here, guys. So I think they're going to have over 900 over 900 people sign up, and it should be a record number for the second straight year.
Wow.
Fitting that, it's our 250th, that we're celebrating our country's 250th birthday. So a lot of people are going out for a morning run. Weren't deterred by the hot weather, so
yes.
You know what? Good for everyone.
Yeah, it's a good day to sweat off some pounds for those 900 or so runners or so. Do you, any results in yet, Brendan? From
yeah, we have Colin Beanie. He's Massachusetts native from the greater Worcester area. Ended up repeating as champ. I believe unofficially his time was 1939. Ryan Slaney, a Cumberland native, finishing second, 1943. Kind of a good story on that front. He ran at Mount St. Charles and also at Bryant and Northeastern. So, but he hadn't signed up until a couple days ago, and quickly flipped the mindset and ended up finishing second. So he was definitely pleased with that.
Yeah, no, what a great time.
That's what I was shooting for, 9:30.
9:30.
Like 19:30.
Yeah, Pat and I were signed up, but we had to do a show this morning.
Yeah, what were the splits going to be, guys? If you were going to run, well, that's the important thing with the splits.
Yeah, it's
negative splits all the time.
Negative, yeah. The split time, the first mile would have been all right. It's on miles 2, 3, and 4 that I don't know if the pace would have been the same.
That's right. Unfortunately, Dave wouldn't give us a day off.
Yeah,
today.
so we couldn't run. We couldn't run the race.
Well, from one working class gentleman to two working class gentlemen, I guess you know what, the show has to go on. As they say.
Exactly. So, any other results? Do you have the female champion yet, or is that?
I don't have the female champ. It's kind of.
Yeah,
it's kind of a written down kind of thing right now, but
sure.
Yeah, that's we can say that we could project that Colin Beatty is your winner and Ryan Slaney is too right now. But
all right.
Great turnout here and good tune up here as we get ready for the parade at 11 o'clock.
And did you say hi to the flagger Marty Crowley while you were there?
I certainly did, and it was good to see him in action as always. And but just had to speak volumes to the turnout of this race and just how much people support it. So like we said, they weren't deterred by the weather.
No, it's a great race, great tradition as well. The 100th annual parade coming up on ON at 11 o'clock as well. And before we let you go, Brendan, as Pat and I have been talking quite a bit about the Celtics moves this week. Do you have any thoughts on the Jaylen Brown trade?
Well, yeah, obviously a lot of people are going to harp on the haul that the Celtics got in return, an aging Paul George and draft picks who, a couple of them could be in middle school right now. But I think the larger point is I think, they wanted to break up the two Jays. And after this past year where Jaylen Brown, I think he loved the idea of being the alpha dog on the team. And I think it would have been very hard for him to kind of go back to being that, that coexisting, maybe even a Robin to Jason Tatum's Batman. And that's why we saw the heavy shopping for Giannis. That didn't work out, and it seemed like the Celtics were determined to move on from Jaylen Brown. And it just looks like people are going to harp on the draft haul, but would you make comments like Jaylen Brown did about how this was your favorite year, and you end up losing Game 7 on your home floor in the first round? It's not a good look. I'm sure it did sit well with a lot of people in the Celtics front office, and They know that Tatum, hopefully has no limitations health-wise going into next season. So it's, it was kind of say an end to a very interesting Celtics era, to put it bluntly.
Yeah.
And they did make Paul George look like a young stud Paul George in that series.
In that one series, yeah. So.
But who knows? I guess I don't know. The trade hasn't really been finalized yet. Who knows if Paul George is taking it physical yet? Who knows what could happen at that point? But
yeah.
But just it looks like it just looks like the end was inevitable, and maybe even going back to before the Giannis rumors really got into full swing right there. But it's officially it's been Jason Tatum's team maybe before. And now it truly is, but you just got to look at the pieces around it right now. Obviously, they picked up Mitchell Robinson, Mike Conley. It's the age is the window for the Celtics is kind of a different trajectory right now.
Yeah, 100% right there. I do like the Robinson pickup. I do like a big guy at 7 feet tall, going down low. Go ahead.
If it was 2019, we'd be super excited.
Yeah.
We'd be ecstatic right now. Right. But, and also too, we also say the decline of Derek White too this past year. I know defensively his metrics were still good, but offensively, especially in the playoffs, I think it ended up being him and Jaylen Brown. They had the worst plus minus on the Celtics.
Right, and to the point that you made as well, we had not touched on it, which I can't believe is when Jaylen Brown did say this was been my favorite year. Right after you get eliminated, in the first round, you don't get eliminated. You may say that if you get eliminated in the NBA Finals to go on a run that wasn't expected, but to get eliminated in the first round on home court. To say it was my favorite year, you're right, Brendan. I do not think that sat well.
Especially a guy who was named Eastern Conference MVP the year the Celtics won, and also was named the NBA Finals MVP in 2024. It wasn't a very good look for him.
No, Not a good look. And you're right. That may have been the final straw that said, that's it. Yeah, you've won championships here, and this is your favorite year, the year you get eliminated in the first round.
That is the impression that is out there of him is that he is like a lot of people have come out and saying he has to be the smartest guy in the room in every room.
Right.
Yep. And, exactly. But looking at Jaylen Brown from a Philadelphia perspective, how much is he going to get the ball between Ed Cole, Tyrese Maxey, and Embiid when he's healthy?
Right, and Pat brought that up earlier too. He's going to have to share the ball again, and if he doesn't like that, he could become an issue out in Philadelphia. I'm like everybody else. I'm nervous that they traded him to a division rival. I'll be curious to see how it all plays out. But maybe there's more problems in Philadelphia now with him on the team and how they distribute the ball.
Yeah, well, we shall see. But it's definitely a shocker. Especially when you trade within the division like that. It's not like Rafael Devers or Mookie Betts when you send them out to the Dodgers or the Giants.
Right. And there was a sports radio guy out in San Francisco that apologized to Boston and their fans for his take on the Devers trade. He goes, "I'm sorry, Boston. You were right. We were wrong. We want him out of San Francisco now." I heard that earlier this week, which I thought was pretty funny. I don't know if you caught any of that. The guy, I don't even know his name. He was out west. That's hilarious because they're shopping Devers out there already, I heard.
Maybe we can get it back.
Maybe the Giants are going to have to eat some of that money this time because obviously with the Red Sox, they were certainly glad to be free of that contract.
Absolutely, and the behind the scenes headaches. Maybe like Jaylen Brown. Though not a lot was written, publicly about it. But as you know, Brendan, you've been around these locker rooms. There's a lot of stuff that I'm sure that you can't write either. But there's stuff that's going on behind the scenes that Joe Q Public is just not aware of it.
Absolutely. Well, guys, I got to go talk to some winners here at All Mills. Happy 4th of July, and more importantly, stay cool.
Stay cool. All right. Thank you, Brendan. Appreciate it.
Let's
Brendan McGeer from the Blackstone Valley Call-In Times joining us from the Arnold Mills Parade. Congratulations to the winners.
It's always good to get his perspective on things because he is in the locker rooms.
Right, exactly.
In a lot of these major sports teams in Boston. So, let's cover the World Cup a little bit.
We got about 5 minutes left. The Sweet 16 is set, but let's just jump right over to USA. What a great win.
Yeah.
2-0. They lost how do you say Balagun. There we go. My gosh, I've been practicing it.
Yeah, unfortunate.
It's a huge loss.
You know, I think by the letter of the laws, it probably maybe should have been a yellow. There's all this controversy about the fact that they like slowed it down in slow motion.
Yeah,
which
I mean, frame by frame, anything looks horrible. But
so anyway, it is what it is. Next man up. Ricardo Pepe has to step in.
23 years old. He's got some goals on the year on his record as well.
By all accounts, they should be the favored team in this match. Belgium is on the older side now. They've struggled a little bit in this tournament. I mean, obviously they've gotten to where they are, but they were down 2-0 against
Senegal. Yep.
They did come back and win it 3-2. So U.S. should be, at home in Seattle.
Oh, raucous atmosphere there.
Rocking. So I think they go on to win that. Might be 2-1. That's what I'm going to call 2-1 win for U.S.
So that game is Monday at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, 8 o'clock
against Belgium. Go ahead.
You got to mention some of these games that have been played.
Yes.
Argentina, Cape Verde.
Yes.
Argentina is the number one ranked team in the world, the defending World Cup champion, against Cape Verde, who's ranked 67th.
Right.
Cape Verde essentially is like a country the size of Rhode Island.
Exactly. And they almost took them out. 3-2 yesterday.
3-2 in extra time.
Right.
It was an unbelievable game. The goalie from Cape Verde made 8 legit saves. 2 of them against on Messi 1v1.
And he's 40 years old, right?
He's 40. Yeah. So,
not the 40's old, but it is on the world stage.
So today you got Canada, Morocco at 1, Paraguay, France
at 5. And the winners of that game will be playing at Gillette on Thursday. That'll be Gillette or Boston Stadium's last game, and they get a quarterfinal game. That'll be at 4 o'clock on Thursday. And then tomorrow you got Brazil and Norway at 4, and Mexico and England at 8. Monday, Portugal and Spain at 3. We mentioned USA, Belgium at 8. And then Tuesday, to wrap things up, you got Argentina against Egypt. And you got to figure Argentina in that one. But again, these teams are in the Sweet 16. And Switzerland against Colombia. So,
the tournament has been fantastic. It's really been incredible.
Again, I was at the USA game, went out just to a restaurant in Attleboro, and it was packed. It was like before COVID. That was the atmosphere. Like, people came out, and all eyes were on the TVs, and the cheering all 4 times, the 2 goals that were disallowed and the 2 goals that were allowed. So just a tremendous atmosphere. Moose said he's slow to get into it. I get it. Soccer's not everyone, but on the world stage, if you haven't tuned in, the TV ratings are through the roof.
Yeah. There's no reason not to now. You're down to the best teams in the world, so turn it on now. Check
exactly.
It out. Especially for USA. Follow them. Another win would be huge.
Right.
For sure.
Absolutely. So, all right. So coming up at 10 o'clock is Old Time Radio. And then coming up at 11 o'clock will be the Arnold Mills 4th of July, the whole parade here on WON. We want to thank you for joining us in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin here on ON Radio 99.5 FM, 1240 AM, and WoonSocketRadio.com. Have a happy 4th of July, everybody.